I'm gonna tell you a story.
A lot of people look at what other people have done and try to do something that's a spin-off from that, but the really creative geniuses in the industry are capable of coming up with something completely new.
What games made you who you are today? I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and guess that if you're watching this, you're a gamer. And aren't we so lucky? I don't know how old you are, but when I was a kid, I had to beg my dad to drive me over an hour to Toys R Us so I could stare at a wall of games and guess which one was good. There wasn't any fucking internet back then, so I had to take my hard-earned lawn mowing money and choose based on the box art. Final Fantasy, Mega Man, Dr. Mario. Holy shit, Bayou Billy. This looks awesome.
The Adventures of Bayou Billy.
Aw, fuck. God damn it, this fucking sucks.
Oh, Billy.
Nowadays, I can hop on Steam and over 50,000 games are waiting at my fingertips. Hey, this one looks alright. SnowRunner, what do people say about it? Buy that shit. Monster Gaming Rigs, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, streaming gaming services, virtual reality.
You name it, we got it.
But I'm getting ahead of myself. What was the first video game you ever played? And why did you like it? Things haven't changed much since then.
I just like jumping on things and killing them and shooting things.
Today we got kids on iPads, no scoping my ass in Fortnite, thousands of custom games in Roblox, and to be honest, I still can't believe how popular this shit is. You got everything. Counter-Strike, creepy-ass Sonic role-playing, Fortnite. For Christ's sakes, they got a free-to-play game inside another free-to-play game. Oh, fuck me, they got Doom in this shit? Oh, I can get into this. Oh, you fucked up.
You know I'm surgical with this bitch, Jay.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm pretty sure I just made some kid cry. Back then, my ass didn't have no fucking Club Penguin to talk to people. I was popping in a free AOL disc and hoping my ass didn't get ASL'd by some pedo in a chat room. You had the Animaniacs to teach you US geography? I had fucking Alf.
Sometimes does a guy have to spit on himself before you believe him?
What was my first game? Well, my lucky ass had a dad who set up a Nintendo in my bedroom. My dad would smoke my ass in Dr. Mario every night for 10 years straight. And now, I'm playing 5D chess with multiverse time travel. Checkmate 3 years ago, bitch. And goddamn, as the years went on, the games just got better. Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, Toe Jam and Earl, Zombies Ain't My Neighbors, for fuck's sake, Final Fantasy 6. Then CD-ROMs come out? Look out, it's fucking over.
What are you gonna use it for?
Games and stuff.
Oh, they're fucking Tomb Raider, Resident Evil, Link, The Faces of Evil.
How sweet.
All right, forget that one. Doom, Descent, Quake, Hexen, Riven, and that one game with the triangle was my absolute favorite. What the fuck was that one called again? Triangle Game PC 1995. Project Triangle Strategy. Oh, Square Enix, you fell off. Ice Triangle video game. No, that's not it. Images? Holy shit! There it is! Icebreaker! Oh man, this was my shit! I don't know if you've ever seen this game before, but I had a demo disc of it back in the day. You played as this little white triangle called Dude Maya, and you'd roll through this level of color pyramids trying to break them all before these little fucking douchebag yellow guys would get you. And the basics were pretty simple. Blue pyramid you could slap right through, red ones you had to shoot, and then green ones you had to get the fucking seeking bastards to run through. And the whole time, the pyramids are constantly changing colors. So come on with me and let's dig up a little bit of the past, and I'll show you a bit of gaming history that you might not have never heard of before. In Icebreaker, there were 150 levels, but me, I just had this fucking demo disc. You know how many levels I got to play? 5. That means at the time, I got to play less than 4% of my favorite game. So I begged my dad to take me out looking for this shit, and we went everywhere. 27 stores in a day. Begging every store clerk there was, give me fucking Icebreaker.
Gimme got shot, you little motherfucker.
And over a weekend, we went to every single Fry's in California. Nobody had this shit. Oh man, it makes me sad just to look at it. Rest in peace, Fry's.
How many brothers fell victim to the street? Rest in peace, young.
We drove all over the state with a pickup truck smelling like chicken nuggets.
Oh, yeah.
Now, 5 years after that, I brought my demo disc into a gaming store that had opened up, and I asked the clerk, you ever seen this Icebreaker shit before?
You looking for a game, bro?
Yeah, I'm looking for Icebreaker for Windows 95.
I don't want any, fake gamers up in my store.
And she told me this game was actually for a system called the 3DO.
3DO Interactive Multiplayer.
What the fuck is a 3DO?
Just put a 3 and a triangle on it.
Now, I could do a whole video about the 3DO, but I'm not gonna. So let me jangle some keys in front of your face, and here's Gilbert Gottfried in a hot tub to explain it to you.
Listen up, suckbags! The 3DO was created by Trip Hawkins. This big swinging dick was a genius. big problem, though. It cost $700. Who the fuck had $700 in 1993? I mean, I did. I just finished getting that big dick Aladdin money.
The 3DO interactive multiplayer console was conceived by Trip Hawkins, and Trip got his start at a little-known computer company with his buddy Steve Jobs. You might have heard of it? Macintosh? Fucking Apple? Now, Trip and Steve Jobs were great friends, but Trip decided to bounce on Apple when he wanted to start his own company. And you might have heard of that one too. Electronic Arts? Yes, that Electronic Arts. And Steve didn't take too kindly to this.
You know, Steve is Steve, so he's just the kind of guy who considers that an act of betrayal.
You know what's an act of betrayal? Stealing his fucking turtlenecks. But Trip got out of there well before they started doing fucking loot boxes. He bounced on them to start the 3DO company. And this console was gonna be revolutionary.
I'll tell you why 3DO is gonna be the biggest product in your store since the VCR.
It was the first of its time to play CDRs, which was fucking huge. DVDs were just a couple years away, and Trip wanted this console to be an all-in-one family entertainment center. You'd watch your fucking movies, music, games, everything on this shit. So, how did it do? It cost too much fucking money, that's what happened. The Super Nintendo cost $200. The 3DO cost $700. With inflation, $700 in 1995 is like the PlayStation 5 costing $1,300. Who the fuck is gonna pay that? So you can play Gex?
Lock and load, little lizard.
So no wonder I never played Icebreaker. A $700 console wasn't even on my fucking radar. The demo I had of this pyramid game was just a shitty PC port of the original. And it wasn't even in print for longer than a year or two. But you know what? Fast forward to today, and I got a little something called eBay. And my portfolio is stacked, so I can afford a $50 game from 1995. So I hopped into this den of debauchery and picked myself up a 3DO and a copy of the game. So how is the epic masterpiece after waiting my whole life to play? It's alright. As far as the graphics go, I don't know why this needed the 3DO to run it. Hell, Super Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo had isometric 3D, and it looks like a fucking Rembrandt compared to this. But the graphics aren't the reason I remember this banger. It's the gameplay quality and design, and ooh, sweet googa mugga it holds up. Me, I love a good puzzle game. 2 Point Hospital and Polybridge are my go-to. And leave it to a good puzzle game to make you feel like an architect right up until the moment the school bus of children falls to their death. And Icebreaker has the same addictive gameplay as both of them. I got 3 different copies of this running. Windows 95, 3DO, and an emulator. And I don't know which one is best, but it for sure ain't this Windows 95 shit. This is the soundtrack on the 3DO version. God damn, that fucking slaps. Now jump to Windows 95. Fuck me. Now, getting back to the gameplay, I have one little nitpick. The pyramids are constantly changing colors, right? Well, it's always in the same order. Green, red, blue, green, red, blue. It's incredibly predictable, but it's also really fucking annoying because red ones are the only ones that instantly kill you when you run into them. And you already only have one life, right? So when you're bobbing and weaving and you accidentally bump into a green pyramid right as it fucking changes, well, this 3DO's getting cut in half. This next gripe, though, is unforgivable. Let's say you want to change the difficulty on Dig Your Own Grave, right? All right, let's press options, okay? Loading screen. And, all right, select difficulty. Another loading screen. And let's see, what do we got? Insane, let's do it. Okay, so back to the level grid. Loading screen again, fuck me, okay. And let's select the level again. And we're in the lobby, cool. And let's play the video game. That took 30 fucking seconds. You wanna know how you can make that easier? Utilize the fucking bumpers on the controller. One click and you're in. But you know, if you can forgive some of those gripes, it's still a fucking good game. There are so many new enemy types than what was shown in the demo, and if you get rid of those loading screens, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. So that got me thinking. The Nintendo Switch is perfect for a game like this. I mean, Nintendo be porting all their old games on this shit all the time. You telling me I can play Neo Geo on this shit, but not 3DO? People wanted a port of Spanky's Quest over Icebreaker? Whoa, 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 I'm thinking too small.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Let's remake this fucker. Icebreaker 2021 on the PS5. What do we need to make it happen? Let's get a focus group in here. What do people like? What's hot? I got 3 words for you. Procedurally generated levels. Throw out the level grid. Hell, Hello Games' Sean Murray could make the algorithm in a weekend. That's it. $1 million idea. Call up Sean Murray. You're hired.
I was not expecting that. Amazing.
Sean, now that you're in the corporate pocket, I need you to look at Hades. This groundbreaking indie title was a household name. So I need you to rip off everything this company did. Why do we need new ideas when we can just steal ones that we already know work? So Sean, you think you could do it?
Yeah, if you want that, yes.
Ah, Christ. We can't do that. What did that big swinging dick say again?
A lot of people look at what other people have done and try to do something that's a spin-off from that, but the really creative geniuses in the industry are capable of coming up with something completely new.
We can't just go around remaking shit that's already been done. Where's the fun in that? Well, I don't know how to make a video game, but I do know some dope-ass musicians. So, with their help, I've commissioned a complete reimagining of the Icebreaker 3DO soundtrack. Shit's crazier than a Nicaraguan Happy Meal, so keep your eyes peeled on the channel, because it's gonna be coming out real soon. Well, for the time being, I guess they'll just have to live with knowing that no one's ever gonna remake this. Hell, the next big game designer is probably out there making Roblox levels right now. Wait a minute, I've been talking out my ass about Icebreaker this whole time, I just realized. I don't even know who the fuck made it. Let's see here. Andy Looney. Huh, what the fuck is an Andy Looney? Damn, I got so many questions to ask this guy. Like, I heard there was supposed to be a sequel to Icebreaker, but the 3DO died before it came out. So what do you do when you got a question about a 24-year-old video game? You call up the guy who made it. So Andy, what version of this game should I be playing?
I consider the 3DO to be the ultimate version of it. I mean, the ports were never quite as good in my book.
Yeah, fuck that Windows 95 shit.
To have the 3DO version, you have to have a 3DO, and very few people ever got one of those.
Well, Andy, I'm one of the idiots who bought one.
That name, 3DO, what? Never gonna catch on.
Hey, you hear that, Trip Hawkins? Suck it, Playboy.
So you had that shareware disc with like 5 or 10 levels on it?
Oh, Andy, I played those same 5 levels a million times over. But I heard you actually made an unreleased sequel to this game?
I will be happy to hook you up with 3 copies of the Icebreaker and Icebreaker 2 discs.
Icebreaker 2? I'm gonna show you guys something, but you gotta promise to not orgasm.
I'm gonna come.
Do not come. Do not come.
What I hold in my hands is the holy grail of game design. All the original ideas for Andy's games came from this book he wrote in the 80s.
I owe a lot to that book. That led to, well, it led to Icebreaker for one thing, and it led to all the other games we've ever made.
Andy didn't just make a video game. He designed and patented an entire gaming system using his pyramid. Hell, he made the pieces himself at a resident in his apartment. He also invented Fluxx, an incredibly popular card game with over 2 million copies sold.
When I was a kid, you didn't design games. Nobody knew where games came from. It was just like Milton Bradley Games, you know? Games didn't have authors' names on them.
His magnum opus culminates into Pyramid Arcade. 22 of his original games in one box set. He's got everything you need to have an amazing gaming night with your family and friends.
My crowning achievement, frankly. Like, that's the best thing I've ever made right there.
The gaming pieces themselves are so unique. If I walked into a cheesecake factory and saw somebody playing Pyramid Arcade, I would lose my shit.
Yeah, absolutely. That was always the goal. How do we make a game that is as cool as these pieces we've got? Look.
Andy's been working his whole life to get you to play with his triangles. In the past, he's gone to conventions and challenged everybody in the room to a game simultaneously.
And win!
If you love playing Andy's games, Andy loves playing them with you. I'm just happy these games are easy enough for an idiot like me to learn.
Well, it's because I design simple games. The trend these days is in these heavy Euro games that take hours and have a billion parts. I'm not into that. I like fun, quick games I can play in a few minutes and play another one after that.
Andy's even got Jenga in this shit. But if you're looking for a challenge, look no further than page 20. I thought my brain was melting out of my ears when I read this. Andy, Booby, the triangle game at the Cracker Barrel's an easy game. This is fucking rocket science. Hell, it's so difficult if you can manage to beat Andy in a game of Homeworlds, he will give you a fucking medal.
It says, I beat Andy Looney in a game of Homeworlds.
The first person to ever win this medal was John Cooper. Hell, he's the guy who designed the fucking game. Look at this tall drink of water, huh? Andy and John have been lifelong friends. Every week during the pandemic, they played Homeworlds together over Skype.
John and I play every week on this setup. We've been playing all through the pandemic.
Before he was making gaming triangles, Andy was working at NASA.
I mean, NASA lives very large in my life. My dad was a NASA engineer for decades. He helped found the Goddard Space Flight Center in 1959.
Here's the legend right here, with his middle finger on the atomic bomb.
The fourth boy has been interested in games all his life. Some years back, he started his own company with his wife as the business manager and him as the idea person.
I'm just a guy with ideas. If it weren't for her, I would probably still be working at NASA thinking, here's a neat idea for a game. So we're perfect because I have the ideas and she figures out how to make them happen.
I learned that it wasn't just Andy this whole time behind the scenes. His wife is a brilliant business and marketing genius who has an uncanny knack for talking to vegetables of all types. You want to know if somebody's smart? Here's 16-year-old Kristin Looney solving a Rubik's Cube in 35 seconds. And hell, she could still pull this off today. And damn, if she isn't a marketing dynamo.
One of our earliest marketing shticks was something we called the Pop-Tart Cafe. We would like get a hotel room at a convention and move the beds aside and set up little tables and kind of create our own little space and toast Pop-Tarts with a menu of all the different types. This was all just like as a way of saying, please come in and try these games of ours. And it worked really well because you'd smell the cooking Pop-Tart drifting down the hall.
Andy's a lover of Pop-Tarts from way back. He had a pretty popular YouTube series 14 years ago where he made desserts out of it.
A hot fudge sundae. Hot fudge sundae.
So how's this go? Okay, chop up the Pop-Tart, put it in the bowl, couple scoops of vanilla. All right, I'm following. Put the rest of that Pop-Tart on top. Okay, I can do this. So how's it taste, buddy?
It's delicious.
I tried this recipe last night, and you know what? It was actually pretty fucking good. Andy had something going here. But whoa, hold up a second. Game designer who eats Pop-Tarts? I think this tie-dye wearing hippie smokes that backyard boogie. Oh, okay, now I see who we're working with. Andy, you're my guy.
I've had ideas that I might not have otherwise had. I'm in the idea business. My job is thinking stuff up.
Whoa, Andy, come on, I'm not the cops. You don't gotta explain yourself to me.
Like caffeine for a truck driver. Part of my job.
Yeah, it's Snoop Dogg's job too.
What do we say when someone has a crazy idea? Oh, what has that guy been smoking, huh? You gotta then sit on it, sleep on it, look at it the next day.
Should have told that to Panasonic. The most admirable thing about Andy Looney is he never stops creating.
So I'm developing this game where pieces will come out randomly, and you'll have a couple of hole cards here, and you're betting on whether the ones you've got match what the pyramids have shown up as.
Right now, his idea is taking Texas Hold'em and converting it into a new game. And you know what? After this conversation, when he releases it, I'm gonna play it.
You've got some that are like that, the pawn. A queen is something I call a captain.
When I started this video, I had no idea who Andy Looney was. And if creativity is just intelligence having fun, Andy Looney's gotta have the biggest brain I've ever seen. So what advice does a man like this have for the rest of us?
Oh, I don't know, try everything. Try any activity, any pursuit you can think of. You never know what's gonna be the one that is really your special thing that you're good at, that you can contribute to.
As I said goodbye to Andy, I reminisced. How many other people are out there just like him? The greatest minds we have yet to know. So, what are you creating today? Know that dumb idea in the back of your head could go on to touch the lives of thousands. And maybe with a little luck, millions. May we all grow to be as passionate about what we love and find it. To grow old and have our parents beam with pride about our accomplishments. And me, I'm just the guy who went looking for a video game. But I found so much more. Who'd have thought I'd get so damned emotional about a game about fucking triangles?